Hello, everybody. I want to talk about my friend Scott. I did this earlier, and I'm still struggling with this, but I think this is probably going to be a better one than the one I did earlier. But I want to talk about it, Scott. I did a video last night when I heard the news. Not long after we heard the news on the Horror Mayhem Voxer chat, Greg suggested that he thought it might be an idea and wanted to know if anyone else thought it was a good idea to read a poem for Scott. So I wrote a poem to read it for Scott, and it was an immediate video I did, but because I didn't think anyone had said anything about what happened, and I knew that Becky, his wife, hadn't said anything at that time, I didn't say who it was. But I don't want to not talk about Scott. The Bookish Bryants is a channel run by Scott and Becky that has had a big influence on BookTube and created lots of friendships, and their reading events and their tags have had a real impact. They created 3 reading events, all 3 of which I got involved with, 2 of which I co-hosted. And I also, I became friends with them both, especially Scott. We spoke a lot, and he was our first guest on me and Dave's live stream. Is this thing on? And he was an obvious choice for a first guest, and he'd been on a live stream with me before, and it was just really lovely. But I'll talk specifically about the 3 events. So they created March Mystery Madness, Horror Mayhem, and New World's November. And New World's November was the first time I'd ever been offered the chance to co-host an event, and it meant a lot to me. I was very honoured to be asked, and Scott was very enthusiastic about the whole thing, and he was just such a lovely guy, and we connected very quickly anyway. But then, because of New World's November, that had a huge impact on my relationship with other booktubers, and the Voxer chat was very lively, and we all got to know each other more, and I got to know Scott more, obviously, and Becky. But it really had a huge impact on me as being on here, and made closer friendships with the people that are in the New World's November group, and I absolutely loved it. And then when he asked me to co-host Horror Mayhem, I'd already taken part as a participant, but to co-host it was very special. And I know this year he particularly wanted lots of co-hosts. He wanted it to be something that lots of people shared, and he was really passionate about getting lots of people suggesting the prompts and getting a real discussion going about what Horror Mayhem could be this year. And he suggested that we had a big Zoom chat to come up with ideas for Horror Mayhem, and it was a brilliant chat. There was about 6 of us, I think, that did this chat, he was such a lovely guy. I can't believe I'm speaking in the past tense. He was such a lovely guy, and the spirit of Horror Mayhem, the openness of it and the inclusiveness of it, reflects Scott's personality and Becky's personality. But Scott was a driving force with these things, and he often contacted the people he wanted to co-host himself and drew these people in, and he was just a really lovely, gentle, friendly and funny spirit. I would definitely suggest, if you don't know him, that you watch his channel, watch the Bookish Bryant's channel, watch him and Becky's videos. They sometimes do videos on their own, but you can see when they do videos with the two of them together how lovely their relationship was, how close they were, and how well it worked together on screen. Also, have a look at the first Is This Thing On, because it's just lovely seeing, you know, Scott being such an awesome guy. I wanted to do a video on Scott because I didn't announce who it was on my video last night, and I'm going to really miss him. And my love to Becky, I know she knows that we're all there for her, but BookTube is a place where I and lots of other people have made really, really important friendships. My friendship with Scott was very important, and I'm going to miss him a lot. That's it.